Hey, I'm Ron Drotos from keyboardimprov.com, and welcome to our Journey Through the Real Book, number 182, which is the Don Ellis tune, Indian Lady. And it's the 182nd tune in the Real Book. It's on page 213, but I'm going in order of songs, doing one song a week, and I've numbered them all. So this is actually the 182nd song, despite the fact that it's on page 213. Some people have, leave comments about that saying, I thought it was the 213th tune or whatever. But I'm going by the actual songs, and some of the songs are on 2 pages, so it doesn't always correspond to the page number. This whole series of jazz piano lessons is to get us to learn and understand jazz standards in a way that goes beyond the notes on the page, because especially a tune like this. And by the way, if you're watching this video, you're probably either one of 2 types of musicians. One is that you've never played the tune and you're just kind of curious about it. What is that tune that I've always avoided because it's in 5/4 time and I never really heard it and it looks a little strange on the page and where does it go? Or you love the tune and you've been playing it or have listened to it for years and maybe saw Don Ellis play it in concert. I never saw him play it in concert or heard him, but he came to my high school and he brought an instrument, trumpet player. He brought a thing called a mellophone, I believe, if I remember right. It was like a flugelhorn, but kind of mellower, even like a real mellow sound. I remember very beautiful playing. I think I got that right. I was about 16 or 17 at the time. So there's not too many middle ground with Indian Lady. It's not one of these tunes that we kind of play on jam sessions once in a while and then we want to dig deeper into it like a lot of my other videos. This is one that you either love and know it really well or have always avoided. So probably, that's my guess at least. So this tune gives us a few unique challenges to playing it on piano. It's a big, brassy, big band number from the late 60s. It has a lot of energy in it. It's in 5/4, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So it's sort of like take 5. If you want to get to know how to play in 5/4 time, I would do something with take 5, which is a little slower, and just get used to that. I remember when I was in college, I used to go for walks, not near traffic or anything. Don't do that, or you can get hurt. But on these little sort of pathways across campus over the grassy fields, and I would count my steps in groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. I'd count silently so that I got used to a repeating 5 cycle, because so much of music is in 4 and some of it's in 3. But this is 5. It takes a while. Then when I used to play with Chris Brubeck, he did some of his father's songs that were in 7 and 5, and I found myself doing the same thing again. Uh-oh, it's been a while since I played in 5. Hey Chris, if you're watching this, I think everybody who plays with you for the first time does that. So it's great. It stretches us, We didn't all grow up with it, and you know that. I remember at the sound check, we played one of the tunes, Unsquare Dance, I forget which one it was, and we played it well. And Chris said, does anybody want to play it again? And we're like, oh no, we got it. And he says, let's play it again, because you guys didn't grow up with this stuff, so it was a good idea. In any case, it's very brassy, and it starts with this 2-measure, which is almost like a fanfare, a drawn-out fanfare at the front. And it's very brassy, bum, 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 big brass band, and then trumpet, little fill, and then bum, 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 bum. The motifs come from the melody, and then more brass, and then it goes into tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 because it's sort of dividing the 5 in 2 groups. It's usually how it's felt in either 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, depending on the tune or even the measure in here. This is mostly 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, I think. At least that's how I do it. So how are you going to do that on piano? Because it sounds a little dead to just play that chord. It's not like brass and drums and everybody's holding out this big massive sound. So I'm taking a little cue from the title, Indian Lady, which, Indian music from India with the sitars and Ravi Shankar. I love that kind of music. It's influenced so much jazz, John Coltrane, rock music, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, and many, many others, Led Zeppelin. And so Indian music has like an open fifth in that drone, you hear and then the sitar or a flute, improvise over that, these open fifths, maybe even with some overtones. I'll I'll use like the seconds and the sixths, you know, to sort of give it a sense of expansiveness. So that's the way I go on this. You know, I'll go, like I'll hit a chord, you know, let that ring. You know, these chime-like sounds with open fifths and some seconds in there and everything. And then, I didn't mean to hit the seventh there. Sort of a feeling of sparkly majesty, something interesting, something's going to happen that evokes maybe music from India in some ways. And then it's a straight ahead jazz tune, but in 5/4, and you can use your usual techniques, or you could use pentatonics, whatever you like to play on, you know, A to D. And then what I do sometimes is I'll even just open it up, because again, Indian music, and I love that kind of music. So I'll just add a section that's just over A, and I'll use the Mixolydian mode, you know, which is both in jazz and evocative of the kind of you know, ragas they would use in India. So like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Sort of open it up there, and then maybe mix the two approaches, the jazz and that. You know, it's sort of a Westerner's take on Indian music. I know it's not authentic, but we can be influenced by that, just like a lot of Indian popular music combines music from the West with those beautiful like violin things, you know, and that's what Led Zeppelin, say, evoked on Kashmir, that rock song Kashmir. So those are some of my thoughts on how I go about a tune like this. And, you know, it's about trying these things. Or you could listen to the Don Ellis big band version and really try to imitate that on the piano, or totally go in your own direction. That's neither of these. But we're looking at it, as I was saying before, from a place of understanding. So we're not necessarily just saying, oh, well, okay, that's that note, that's that note. Bringing everything we know to a tune like this. So let's see, I'll start with that kind of fanfare thing. thing that I don't always do when I play this is I got a little softer, you know, with that, the raga, right? Just seemed to get a little more delicate. And at that point, it wasn't even, you know, in mainstream jazz anymore. Sort of took it there, almost like maybe Keith Jarrett would do sometimes in his solo piano concerts, and then bringing it back, taking a cue from the end where you have that A sort of upper pedal tone and the notes of the Mixolydian underneath, kind of bluesy, using all these different elements. That's what brings a tune like this to life, because it's one that I avoided for years and years and years. Like, what is this tune? I don't know this tune, and it's nothing that people usually call it at jam sessions. But if we enter into it, all of a sudden it sort of reveals itself to us in sometimes surprising ways. So good luck with this tune and every other thing you're doing with music. I'm delighted to be able to challenge myself with these videos and also to inspire you. And let me know how you're doing. Leave a comment or just check in, or if you have any comments about how to play the tune that I didn't cover, or any whatever you're thinking. It's nice to sort of have a little community support here. So it goes two ways, and you can help each other by maybe you post some comment and someone else gets inspired by it. Who knows? So anyway, if I can help you out in any way, teach you on Zoom or Skype, I love teaching, and I can help you get to that next level. And also with my video course at Keyboard Improv. Thanks for being here. Take care.